We are returning to our top story now. Israel has launched pre-dawn airstrikes on southern Lebanon and the Gaza Strip this Friday. In retaliation, it says, for rockets fired from both territories towards Israel. The escalation in tensions is dominating the papers there today. Deepti Laurent is here to take us through it.
Let's start, Sharon, with L'Orient Le Jour, the French-language Lebanese paper today, which is reporting on that Israel attacking Gaza and Lebanon in retaliation. It says for what the Israeli military say were Palestinian attacks on Israel on Thursday during the Jewish Passover holiday. This coming after Israeli police attacked worshippers at the Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem earlier this week. So this sort of retaliatory actions escalating this week. In the Israeli newspapers, the opinions are really divided about this escalation of tensions. Let's start with Haaretz, which is a center-left paper, tends to be quite critical of the conservative government. It says that the barrage of rockets from Lebanon puts Israel in a very difficult position. That barrage is the largest seen since the Israeli-Hezbollah war in 2006. It came from southern Lebanon, which is an area controlled by Hezbollah, rumored to be backed by Iran. So even if it wasn't directly responsible, Hezbollah would have absolutely known about the attacks. On the other hand, Israel's retaliation was expected, but this also has been hampered, the Haaretz says, by a political crisis, limited international legitimacy, and a suspicious public. The paper saying one can only hope that the decisions taken by Israel will avoid a full-blown attack, which it simply does not need right now on top of everything else. The conservative Jerusalem Post, meanwhile, is alarmed by what it sees as Iran and Hezbollah taking more and more risks in leading towards a possible direct confrontation with Israel. Sharon.
Now you're taking us to India next, Deepti, where new history school books have been issued, but they omit or water down key historical details. Tell us more about that.
It's in the New York Times today, which is talking about the students in India who are beginning their school, who have begun their new school year this week, were issued revised textbooks on history and politics, which many see as keeping in line with Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Hindu nationalistic agenda. The changes revise links, for instance, between Hindu extremists and the assassination of Mahatma Gandhi, who was someone who encouraged Hindu-Muslim unity. It also revised parts of the 2002 riots in the state of Gujarat. At the time, Narendra Modi himself was the state leader there. During those riots, hundreds of Muslims were killed. Chapters on Mughal history, years of Muslim rule in India, were also either slashed or removed, according to the New York Times. There's not a lot of information about this in the Indian press, but I did find this article from the Indian Express, which, when you scour this article, gives you the exact passages that were revised or removed. According to the Indian Daily, the Education Board says that changes were simply part of simplifying textbooks to make it easier to lighten the load for students, particularly after their education was disrupted during the pandemic. It says that these changes were introduced last year, but the newspaper notes that some changes were directly made to this year's edition, notably those deleted lines about the links between Hindu nationalists and Gandhi's death, which is something the paper is highlighting today.
Now, on a lighter note, you would be forgiven for not realising it, but it is International Beaver Day today, and it's a chance to celebrate those hard-working rodents.
That's right. April 7th marks, among other things, International Beaver Day. As you said, a day to celebrate those hard-working rodents, the largest rodents in North America, one of the few animals who modify their habitat. Sharon, they are illustrious workers. They build watertight dams and lodges. The dams actually form slow-moving ponds that reduce stream erosion. So beavers are crucial to the to our ecosystems. They're also increasingly endangered. A few fun facts about them: they actually have orange teeth because of an iron-rich protective coat of enamel. They're also believed to mate for life. They're very gentle creatures who love practical jokes, apparently. So I guess what's not to love about these cute, friendly, and essential rodents?
Finally, for now, Deepti, Ben Affleck, he stunned fans with a fluent interview in Spanish. He's been promoting his new movie, Air. Tell us about that.
Yeah, you know, I mean, Ben Affleck is constant tabloid fodder, from his acrimonious divorce to alcoholism to his recently rekindled romance with Jennifer Lopez after 20 years to his very bored-looking expression at the Grammys this year. It's why Time magazine says no one has played out the doleful pantomime of middle-aged male insecurity as visibly as Ben Affleck has. But now he's actually garnering a bit of positive press for a change. BuzzFeed tells us that he gave an interview in near-fluent Spanish recently to promote his new film Air about Michael Jordan. Let's see if we can bring up just a little clip. Let's see if I can get the sound up. Anyway, it totally surprised fans, Sharon. It was apparently a very well-kept secret that Ben Affleck, among other things, is also a polyglot. Proof that we don't know as much as we think we do about actors, no matter how public they are.
And we can hear a little bit of him there speaking there in the background. You learn something new every day, Deep Tea. Thank you so much for that, for our press review.